Squishies, welcome back to another vlog. This is Star vs. Forces of Evil, Season 2, Episode 14, Bon Bon the Clown. Yeah, this was... I have mixed feelings about this one. I really don't like the Marco Star ship. I like them as friends. I don't like Star being jealous and possessive. I don't know that I like Marco and Jackie as a ship either. In part because this feels like slamming the reverse on the trans Marco, hints in the previous episode. Now they're like, well, we did that, so now we need to be super cishet with him and have him be, wearing a suit and putting on, I forget what the cologne was called, but it was something like Aroma de Man or something like that. And yeah, it just, I don't like that, and I think that's why I'm on the Jackie Marco ship. That's one of the reasons. The other reason is, if we are now back to reading Marco as a cishet dude, there's this quite toxic cishet dude wish fulfillment fantasy that's in a lot of media, where the guy who is good, nice, heroic, whatever, he's good, and so he gets rewarded by a relationship with the woman he's interested in without him ever having done anything in terms of pursuing that relationship. And that contributes to a whole lot of really toxic stuff in culture in general and geek culture especially, that treats women as prizes to be won. It's, what nice guy syndrome is built on, what incels, which are, basically the next stage past nice guy syndrome, where you stop being nice. That's what incels are coming from. They feel cheated out of their reward for being good, which they never were. It's entitled. It's this very strong sense of entitlement that, if I behave myself and do the right things, then the specific person I've selected will be presented to me by the universe to use as I see fit. Like, that's gross. So, while I like that Jackie is the one asking Marco out, I don't like the way it feels like he's being rewarded for doing nothing. I guess it's readable, especially with Jackie talking about how, dude, you've already screwed up a bunch, as being about his... Well, I take it back. It's not about being rewarded for nothing. It's about being rewarded at all. Because it's readable as a reward for the naysayer, for him having the courage to just reveal everything to her. But that's why it's not a reward. Relationships are things that you build with a person. And there's never been any hint of that happening before. And yeah, this is their first date. They're not in a relationship already, but it moved very quickly. I mean, okay, my current girlfriend and I went from hanging out as friends, saying, hey, maybe next week we should get together, to something a little more-ish. I don't like the term more, but you know what I mean. And then, our first date very quickly progressed. But one, we're both in our late 30s, so we have a little bit of a better idea of what we want and what we're doing than middle schoolers. And also, there was a solid week of basically non-stop texting in between. So even though that was pretty quick, it was still, a solid week before anything started happening. That's not to say that two people can't meet, hit it off, and progress through the early stages of, basic getting to know each other and initial physical, interaction. Of course somebody can do that in one date. It happens. But we don't see that with them. We don't see, all we see is Marco being stiff and anxious and Jackie being inexplicably super into him. I don't know. Fortunately, and the Star being jealous thing, I think, is the biggest reason I don't like it. I think if that element wasn't in the episode, maybe I'd be more willing to accept the little vignettes of their date that we see. But I just really don't like Star and Marco as a couple. I like them as friends. And then Ludo showed up, which thank God, because I was not liking this until he showed up. And then we got a really good action scene. It was a little predictable, but still funny when the clown showed up. And immediately got sucked into the black hole or whatever that was. And, it was a good fight sequence, good action sequence. The loss of the book is obviously going to have repercussions, especially since Ludo? Is that his name? I feel like that's not right, but I can't think of what else his name would be. Anyway, he goes with the book. Ludo is the villain. I'm talking about Glossaric. I'm actually somewhat sleep deprived, so that's probably where the weird is coming from. Anyway, Glossaric, apparently whoever owns the book, including via theft, Glossaric serves them. So I guess he's going to be teaching Ludo magic now. Which Ludo already put up a pretty good fight using his wand untrained. He has his army of rats and his spider and his eagle. And now he's going to have access to magic like Stars, but presumably he's going to go straight for the dark stuff. But honestly, I think that's where we're going to get the bigger long-term repercussions, is Star's dabbling in dark magic. The way she, you know, the spy thing and the way her jealousy turned into an attack. Which, wow, that was incredibly similar to a moment in Stranger Things, where Elle, who has powers, looks through a window and sees the boy she's interested in and the cool girl skateboarding together, and she causes a wheel on the skateboard to break and they go flying. I am virtually, between the lead times for animation and when this aired, I am virtually certain that it is not a reference to Stranger Things. I am less certain that Stranger Things is not a reference to it, but probably not. It's still an interesting coincidence. I wonder if they're both referencing something else that I don't know. It's very possible. But yeah, that, and also the interaction between her, her struggling to close the spell, felt like a moment of that darkness. And I noticed that her wand, if I remember right, in that moment, definitely when she cast the Seeing Eye spell, had the kind of almost Eye of Sauron-like symbol that was on the wand in the tapestry of Eclipso in the vision of the tapestry room inside the wand. So presumably that's what it looked like when Eclipso used it. Eclipso? I'm not sure which it is. Eclipso is a DC Comics villain. Might be Eclipso. Anyway. Yeah. This was not the greatest, but clearly momentous. And it's definitely opening up the way for some interesting plot developments and some that I'm less of a fan of. It's kind of a reversal. Usually I like the interpersonal stuff more than the plot stuff, but this time the interpersonal stuff was not what I wanted to see. So I liked the plot stuff more this time. Anyway, that's about it. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Patreon for early access to Let's Plays, vlogs, essays, and more. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!